The first thought that comes to your head after a full 9-month pregnancy and the rigor of pushing in the labor room to birth that bundle of joy is a vacation to the most luxurious and serene place, the best meal that you couldn't explore during pregnancy, and of course the ability to do those dangerous things that you couldn't dare do because of the little human growing inside you. But guess what? Those thoughts fizzle away when you realize you just have to sit in your house to give your newborn the maximum care and attention it requires. However, this does not mean that you still can't take a break and heal properly. In this video, we will give the secrets on how to make the best sitz bath with herbs for postpartum while you are at home to get the best help for a speedy recovery. Now, what is a sitz bath? Many people don't know what it is, and trust me, different cultures have different ways to heal from postpartum. Many women have tried it so many times, and the results are really quick. Sitz is from the German word sitzen, which means to sit. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's a little soak for your bottom that brings relief to the genital area. This soak helps in easing pains, increasing blood flow to the area, and best of all, speedy healing. The good thing about sitz is that it can also be recommended for hemorrhoids, anal fissures, episiotomy, stitches, sore or damaged vulva, and perineal area, and sore rectum or anal area as well. When it comes to after childbirth, it is 100% perfect. Still, it is not only subjected to a tear. The warmness and soothing herbs will prevent swelling and help reduce discomfort. How to take a sitz bath? There are 2 ways to take a sitz bath. The first way is getting a sitz bath kit from a drugstore that would fit directly into your toilet bowl. The content of this kit includes a shallow basin and sometimes a bag that feeds warm water into a sitz bath basin. This plastic bag is filled with warm water that is then placed on the basin. Some basin that comes with the kits helps keep the water at a steady temperature. The other way, if you don't get a basin, is to make use of the bathtub. Now we want to make sure that the bathtub is properly clean, just to avoid any form of germs and soap scum that may be laying around to get around the bottom, since it is still healing and can be very sensitive at that point. What to use in a sitz bath? Let's get into knowing what is needed in a sitz bath before we get to the steps. There are a variety of herbs that are gentle and aid the healing of the tender area, depending on what is being treated, and you can always add a little baking soda and Epsom salt to speed the recovery process. If it is hemorrhoids, you can try dabbing the rectum after your bath with a little witch hazel, and mind you, some things should never go into a sitz bath. Things like essential oils, because they do not easily disperse in water. Scented bath salts, bubble baths, and similar products should be avoided since they can be too harsh for the perineum area. To avoid hurting yourself any further, we've curated some herbs that can be used and the method in preparing the sitz bath, as well as steps to use your sitz bath. Number 1. Comfrey Leaf. This herb is a demulcent to soothe dry, irritated tissues. It can also help reduce swelling and bruises and is an anti-inflammatory and antiseptic. It stimulates tissue repairs and tones loose tissues. Second, Lavender Flowers. Aside from giving the best scent, this herb scent can help ease tension and stress. It is also antimicrobial, aids to fend off infection, soothes itchiness and pain, speeds wound recovery, and reduces swelling. Number 3, Plantain Leaf. Plantain leaf might not look all beautiful, but it is considered one of the good herbs. It is said to soothe inflammation and fight infections. It is mildly demulcent to soothe irritated tissues, soothe pain, burning, and itching, and stimulate collagen for faster wound healing. Number 4, Red Raspberry Leaf. This helps tighten loose tissues and reduces inflammation. It is also considered to be very high in many nutrients. Number 5, Yaro Flower. Eases inflammation and pain swelling, staunches excessive bleeding, speeds wound healing, helps modulate blood flow, and is essentially used for hemorrhoids. 6, Calendula Flowers. Helps soothe cuts, abrasions, bruises, and irritated tissues. It is used as an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. It is used as an astringent and a blood decongestant to help with hemorrhoids. Number 7, Shepherd's Purse. Just as the name implies, it is useful to reduce bruising and heavy bleeding. It is anti-inflammatory and can be used for wound healing. Number 8, Ury Leaf. This leaf serves as an astringent used for infections and inflammation in the lower urinary tract. It is also an antibacterial and helps prevent UTIs. Preparation. To make a sitz bath at home, these are the materials needed. 1/4 cup of comfrey leaves, 1/2 cup of lavender flowers, 1/4 cup of plantain leaves, 1/2 cup of red raspberry leaves, 1/4 cup of yarrow leaves, 1/2 cup of calendula flowers, 1/4 cup of shepherd's purse, 1/4 cup of Ury leaf, 1/4 cup of Epsom salt or sea salt, 1 mason jar or a sitz bath, which is optional. And here are the instructions. Mix all the herbs into a mason jar, a glass container, or a silicone bag. Add a cup of herbs to 2 quarts of boiling water. Remove the water from the heat and allow it to sit for 20 minutes, covered. Strain and add to a sitz bath and soak for another 20 minutes. Afterwards, both mother and baby can soak in the bathtub to speed cord and perineum healing. Note that you can use this blend in a small sitz bath or the bathtub. However, when using a small sitz bath container, make use of 1/2 cup of herbs and 1 quart of water. Now let's get to the step-by-step method of using a sitz bath. Number 1. If you are using a sitz bath, place the clean container under the toilet seat. Fill the container about half full with warm water or herbal tea and Epsom salt. Then make sure the water temperature is not too hot to avoid burning. Number 2. If using a bathtub, make sure the tub is clean and fill it with several inches of warm water, enough to cover your thigh when you sit in it. Then add your herbal tea and or Epsom salt to the shallow bath. Number 3. Soak your bottom in the warm water for 10 to 20 minutes, 1 to 4 times a day. Number 4. Always pat the area dry with a clean towel or let it air dry. Do not scrub the area. Well, now you know that you can always get the right treatment you need for swift recovery while you are at home tending to your newborn. And if you're thinking of an afterbirth gift, this can be the most thoughtful and wonderful addition to a gift basket for a new mommy. If you found this video helpful, a thumbs up will deliver the message. Don't forget to subscribe as well and hit the notification button to get more videos like this.